As crazy as this may sound, I can see the ships all around the sun in the sky. This water in Hawaii, we're at Waikiki, is acting like a mirror, and it is projecting what is in the sky, and it's coming down here on the water. They don't have no timestamp on their live webcam in Waikiki. You all look at this. You've got no. I kept thinking, why is this sun blinking up in the sky on here, you all? What you're looking at, it's not just reflections of clouds in the sky. No, these are ships. These are ships that are up there all around the sun, and the sun in the sky is super, super bright, and you can't see them. You cannot see them, but the water is picking them up. The water is acting like a mirror to what is up there in the sky. And I know it sounds crazy, but they're here. They're clustered around the sun. I'm going to let you all see it. I did some video footage of it. It only let me do it for like, I think, 44 minutes before it timed me out. I want to show you something. Watch this. See, watch. This is just normal speed. And I'm thinking, why is that sun blinking? Because I know the sun, this is the sun right down here. I know the sun is up there in the sky, but it looks like it's blinking despite the waves. These waves should not make the sun blink in the sky, but the sun is blinking. Let me pause it right here so you can see the whole entire... No, I don't have to pause it. I want you to see the whole entire video. This is what it looks like. Wait, let me see. No, that was... Let me get this, y'all. This is what it's looking like in the sky. Right here. This is Waikiki. And down here at the very bottom is the sun. I'm gonna show you this, you all. See it blinking? The sun is blinking. I'm thinking, what is it doing? And I kept thinking, well, it always blinks. But then I started looking closer at the sun. Now you can see it's way up here in the sky, you all, is where it's at. Way up there in the sky, but it's starting to blink. And then look down here below. See how you can see the teeny tiny spot of the sun. And then you see larger, like two suns are gathered into one. And then as we go through the video footage, you all, you see more things starting to pop up in the sky around the sun. Let me see these bright spots. See, they're moving around the sun. Look at that. That's not where the sun is supposed to be, but there are objects up in the sky moving around the sun. Let me show you this. Look at that. Let's get to it. Might take us a while, y'all. Let me do this like this. But it's wild. You can see these clouds. These are moving. But the sun is still up there in its spot. And also I was getting that planet-like thing. You can see that up in the sky too. That is up in the sky also. You can see the silhouette. See, it wouldn't let me film it after so many minutes. Is what it wouldn't let me do. So let me put this back to me. Right here. Back to Gina. What are we doing? Okay, this is the sun blinking. And you know the sun is not supposed to blink. But this sun right here, oh, it's blinking all right. In the sky. And lots of people have been seeing it blinking on different types of webcams. Let me just do this right here. And I know this is the most strangest video that you might have ever seen, thinking this woman has done lost it. No, I have not. Let me just pause this, you all. Gonna make myself shrink a little bit more. I want to sit down. I'm gonna stand over here on side this boat. Put my head right over here by this boat. No, I'm not. I want you to look at this. This is not normal for the sun to be blinking as much as it's blinking in the sky, but it's our new norm. Let me come over here. I could be talking to myself again, and I do. I share the strangest looking videos. I really do. If you're all just tuning in, and we know that, you know, you can look in water and you can see your face. You can see reflections from the sky above. You can. Let me see how many people we got in here, you all. Let me look at you all in here. Okay, we're doing great. Hello there, Susan B. Honey. So I don't want my phone to... Okay, Now, this is the area we're going to watch. Let me show you. Right here where my face is. The sun is right down here. But more precisely, the real sun, I think it's like in this area right here where my head is. So, but you see one sun that gets like right in this area, and then you'll see things over here, and then you'll see these very bright objects that are going to be reflected down from the sky above you all, is what you're going to see. So that is the area I want you all to look at. Let me go over here. Let's watch it. We're going to look at it. Can you see it? Blinking, you know it's not right. Let me slow it down. If I slow it down, you can see, I wonder if we can see the exact shapes of these ships that are up there in the sky, because they're up there all around the sun. That's why the sun is so hot. So bright. They don't want us to see these objects that are up there. All around it. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to drag it a little bit. Okay, you can see some brightness already. Let's see. If I drag it. Okay, look at that one being projected right there on the pole. Okay, I'm just going to let it play. It's super bright. Look at them. Do I need to make this bigger for y'all so y'all can see down there? But if I do, we won't get to see all the ships that are in the sky, because a lot of them, when they start clustering, they're all over this area. I wish we had the timestamp of when this happened. It was really what I wish we had, but it doesn't matter, you all. Let's look at this. Look at that. Can you see that down there? Right down there on the very bottom. There is two objects up in the sky, and they're super, super bright. One is the sun, and one is something else. Let me do this. Okay, look. Let me make it bigger for you, you all. Do we need to make it bigger? Because there's ships up there in the sky. I wish we could make it bigger. I can. But then you can see this one ship right here, you all. This is a ship. Right here. Right there. That is a ship that is being reflected from up there in the sky. Right there. Those are, you can see the white areas right here. And I know this sounds really strange, you all. It really does. But they're too white to just be a ripple. Way too white. Way too white. So let's look at this. Look at that. That's up there in the sky. Right there in front of the sun. Even though if we went all the way up here, you all, all the way up here, you can see how bright the sun is. It's so bright. It's super, super bright. You wouldn't be able to see these up in the sky because the sky is like whited out. Totally whited out. You know how white it gets. But these white areas right here, they're reflecting what's up in the sky. And whatever this thing is down here, it is massive. Okay, let's look at this. Now, no. See, you all see it? Do you see it? It's square. It is totally square. This is giving me a hot flash, you all. I get excited. Got to get that off. Let's look at this. Look how square that is. It's kind of square-like. Look at the shape of that. It's like a cube up there in the sky, right by the sun, and it's being reflected into the water. The water is like a mirror. It's like looking in the mirror. If you can see your reflection in the water, if there's no ripples or nothing, you can actually see your reflection. It reflects what it sees. This right here acts like a great big mirror. That's what's up there in the sky by the sun, and it's not normal. It's not normal, you all. It's not. Look. You all, this is so wild. I just can't contain myself, but I will. You got it going slow. Look at all the brightness happening. All this movement. Let's watch it. It's all happening above our heads, and it looks like there's long ships also showing up. Steve, no. Oh my gosh. If I just let it play by itself, you'd probably be able to see it better. That's what I'll do. I'll just let it play, because most of the action is when the sun is at a certain angle in the sky. So let's just look at it. I'm not going to touch it. You can see it. I think it's going slow enough for you to, when you see these lights down here, there's right there by the sun. And then if I do it like this, then you'll be able to slow down the video on the YouTube, and you'll be able to take some screenshots of it. Hello there, Apple Brooks, honey. I think there's ships showing up also over here that's being reflected. But we're focusing mainly on all the bright, bright lights. Because down there was a ship right down there, you all. There's a ship right there. It's the real bright areas that are showing up. They are ships that are being reflected from up there in the sky down onto the water like a mirror. They're being mirrored. And the sun, that makes the sun look like it's blinking. What if, see these tiny things? What if there's some, look at those. Look at all that activity. What if there's like portals up there or something? Do we need to make this bigger? Because I can make it bigger too, but then we won't see the other ships that start showing up further down, like over there. But in the meantime, we can see these right here. Look at that. Okay, now we're getting into it. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to Waikiki and I'm going to film it. I wanted to get even longer, but they timed me out. But I said, that's okay. I'm going to look at the footage that I did get you. I'll look at that brightness happening. And if you're just tuning in, you're saying, what are you looking at, Jeannie? You're just looking at some reflections in the water. Yeah, I'm looking at the mirrored sky, that the sky is being mirrored in the water down below. That's what I'm looking at. Because this is like a gigantic mirror. It's showing us what's happening by the sun itself. Look at that. Yeah, this is today. And the thing with this Waikiki, you can't go back and look at any other footage at all. Look at that. Look, yeah. That's why they wiped the sky out. They don't want us to see these ships or cubes or whatever they are up there in the sky all around the sun. They do not want us to see it. But guess what? This right here is showing all kinds of stuff. Hello. Look at that. There was the cube. I haven't watched it yet. I really haven't. I'm going to put my one jacket back on. My little vest-like thing. Now, I want to watch it. I've slowed it down just a tad bit, you all, so we could see more. And then, you know, once this video's uploaded, it can be some good documentation. You can like slow it down and examine these images for yourself also. Look at that. Because you have to ask yourself, how could you get a perfectly straight cube-like structure in the water? It's like something's going on up there, you all. There's major, major stuff going on around that sun. Look at it. Okay, you can see them up there. They're in the water up there also. I think there's a lot of them happening. We can go back and look at those, but right now I wanted to document all of the large ships that are around the sun at this. Some of these, they're massive. It's like, I don't know, windows or something up there too, you all. These are, it's wild. It's really, really wild. And it's the super bright ones is the ships Right there. Look at them up there. Super, super bright clusters of them. And that's not wave because this got some rainbow. This got some purple rainbowy like colors on them too. And you know, even just looking at the sun down here reflecting off the water, it's super bright too, and that could hurt your eyes. You're down here looking at them. Yeah. It's wild. I've never seen anything like this, you all. Did you all say that this is it's large enough for you all to see? Because I keep forgetting to look at the comments. Um, oh, you're welcome, Rita. I like to share. I really do. I love it. Um, okay, Susan, honey, that's good. That's great. Thank you. So many. Do you all think that the reason it's so bright is because they don't want us to see all this activity up there, all around the sun? They want us to think that we're all alone and nothing's happening in the sky. Yeah, well, we can see otherwise now because it's got a great big mirror. It's showing everything. And some of these objects are staying put. Wow. You all, now I've got this slowed down, and these would be, you would just be seeing, they wouldn't stick around this long, but I wanted us to be able to see all of the images. That is a lot. It's a ton. Um, I guess they didn't think of it. And they have straight edges and stuff. They're so bright. Super, super bright. I hope they don't take this webcam down. I really hope that by us using this for documentation purposes, that they don't take down the webcam, because that's normally what happens when too much interest is shown and we see too much. They have a tendency to somehow take down the webcams that we go to. Now, I'm just being honest, so I hope that this one doesn't, like they did the observatories in Hawaii, no longer let us see the time lapse. You're welcome. I really like this. And they show up also in the inverted mode. If you turn your phone, if you have an iPhone and you want to look at these in the inverted mode, you can. I think you go to settings, you go to, is it accessibility, display and text or something, and then you can go to classic invert. And you can see these really, really good. Like that, you can take your own screenshots. These are it's like hurts my eyes. It's like some of these are like, there's some long white ships up here too. But some of these other structures, they're super, super bright. No, I don't think they have a barbed wire fence at Waikiki. But I think this is like a safety thing, because this is where the boats are. But the sun just so happens to be reflecting perfect in this area, so we can document this, what's happening. And who knows, maybe these show up. Wow, that's a lot. Shows up on the NASA products, and if they do, they're probably teeny tiny like that. Really. This is above ground. Yeah, we was at Waikiki yesterday looking at the clouds. But now we're seeing these ships, cubes, or whatever you want to call them. They're all clustered all around where the sun is at. And you can see further up there. They're even down below. The sky is so bright. It's impossible to see these in the sky because you can see they're white. You wouldn't be able to see them. They'd be whited out. So if you're just tuning in, this water is literally, it's a mirror. It's showing us what's up there in the sky. In this one section, the camera has caught it. It's perfect. Really is perfect. Cool breeze. We're at Waikiki, and I thought I'm going to see if I can see that round object, of course, in the sky, because it's still there. There's something up there, you all. There really is with that. But I thought I'm going to record this right here because you can't go back on this at Waikiki. They're live webcam. And so I recorded it, and it only let me record it for maybe 40 minutes before it timed me out. So I went back and looked at the bottom of the screen. I thought, why is the sun blinking? I know the sun blinks on other webcams, but as I looked closer, as I went frame by frame, I thought, no, that's ships. That's ships. There's way too much movement moving around. There's something up there in the sun, by the sun, that the water is acting like a mirror. It is a great big reflective mirror showing us what's up there in the sky. So that's what's going on. And you can see this is all around the sun. And you know how the sky is so white and the sun is so bright you can't look at it? Well, this is why these objects are up there around the sun. And I think they're up there every single day. There's some type of ships all around the sun. They're not normal clouds, but there is something going on. And I have zoomed up from this on this OBS studio so you all can see. And I've slowed it down so that when this video is ended, it can be used for documentation purposes. To just slow it down, take screenshots, and look at the straight edges of a lot of these, you all, because you shouldn't have that from a cloud. You shouldn't have it from, like, the waves wouldn't make this. None of that would make it. And the purple colors and stuff. Oh, I just seen a long ship. Some of these look like the light ships. They really do. That are. Thank you, Jeanette. They look like some of the light ships that I've documented. I mean, some of them look like cubes or something at times. It's really interesting. It's extremely fascinating and mesmerizing, you all. Thank you, Tony. There's so many. There's so many of them. And I wonder if the same ships, surely they're not flying around in front of the sun over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Um, and where there's one, there's thousands more. And if you're just tuning in, the sun is literally right here where my head's at. That's where the sun is supposed to be reflecting, like in that area from above. But you can see all this other activity all around it occurring. And the activity is not just occurring right here. At times you'll see a whole bunch of ships and cube-like structures, and they will also expand way out to here too. They're super, super bright like this. Really, you'd have to ask yourself, why are they so bright though? They like blinding light. They're to blind you looking at it. Now see that I did see a big long light ship like that. That was pretty cool. Love it. I do love it. Um, it would be good if when you was looking at YouTube, these glasses, if you was looking at YouTube, it would be really good if YouTube had in their, like, I don't know, settings that you could watch something in the inverted mode. That'd be really cool, you all. It really would. If they had something like that. I'm going to put my other glasses on, because I've had those on too long today. Oh, this feels a lot better. Okay, now I feel better. Now, the further the sun rises or moves in the sky, the less we're going to see of these different activities, all these bright areas around the sun. Well, see how bright it is down there. Hello, Angela Perla. And there's no way that's the sun moving around in all those different places and changing its shape. It's not. I wish they had what do I wish they had? Wish they had a timestamp on here, but they don't. Even though, like, Hawaii is 6 hours behind where we're at here. I wasn't even going to show this. I went outside and I took some footage of the moon tonight. I thought I'll just show the moon. Actually, I was just going to upload a video. That's what I was going to do until I thought, well, I'm going to look at this. And I thought, no, I got to show this, because this is important. It really is. And there may be people think this is not important. You're just showing water. Yeah, I'm showing the mirrored image of the sky, because the water is being used as a mirror to show us what's up there all around the sun. And we've all been to if you've been to any live webcam and you've looked at the sun in the sky, you can see it blinking. Blink, 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 flashing. It's been flashing for a few years. We even saw it in Cancun, and that was like a few years back, documenting that area. They say the sun is dying. You think the sun is dying? It might go out. So if you're just tuning in, we're at Waikiki in Hawaii, and the sun is very high up in the sky, and the sky is super white, and you're looking at the reflection, the mirror. It's like this water is like a mirror reflecting what you cannot see in the sky by the sun, and you can see it looks as if it's dying down now because the sun has moved, I think, in another area. Yeah, you can't see as many bright areas now. You can see some of these, just a few scragglers, because you can see the sun is like it's moving across the sky. You can see only a little bit of the stuff being reflected now, even though there's some. You see the brighter areas down there. What on earth was that? What? That's up in the sky, and it's being reflected on the water. Let's watch it go by. Did you see that? I'm going to let it go by because it literally looked like it manifested itself on this water. It's kind of cloaked up there in the sky is what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's cloaked in the sky. Did you see that? Yes, it is a ship. I'm going to let it manifest. You go ahead and do your manifestation so we can see you all. Yes, that is a ship. Wow. It's like it's in a constant state of change. It's going across the sky. Wow. This is fascinating. Look at all the straight edges of it, you all. I don't want to be in the way. I'm going to get out of the way. Look at it. Wow. Oh my gosh. If you compare this, could even be more than one. If you can compare this to all of the smaller bright areas, this is more massive than those. Look at that, you all. Oh, well, it'd be really cool to look at it in the inverted mode. Oh my gosh. If we see this, you know that there are government officials, people in high places, people with classified, top secret clearances and stuff. Maybe they don't know this is out here. Maybe they don't. Maybe that's why this channel is still up. Because we got to do the legwork. This is unbelievable. I believe it. I really do believe it. I was thinking, oh my gosh. I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. I am. Get out of the way, Gina. Just like, I'm going to get out of the way, you all. Just get myself out of the way of this ship. Look at all the other ships. They're traveling in the clouds, you all. Wow. They're traveling in clusters. Whoa. Jay Joslin, we're at Waikiki, and I noticed the sun. I recorded some of it, and I noticed the sun was blinking at the bottom of the screens. And then I saw these real bright areas start showing up, and I thought, wait a minute, that's ships. So we are zoomed up big time at the bottom of a Waikiki live webcam. This is a ship that is flying over. I've slowed it down really slow. It is cloaked in the clouds, but the water is acting as a mirror, and it's mirroring the images of what is up there in the sky. And we're seeing it firsthand. Zoomed up big time. I don't see how anybody could look at this and be in such denial, say, there's nothing there. We're all alone. That there's a lot of people. There's no way you can convince some of the people. You can't. They will refuse to believe it. Even when it's right there, you could plaster it on their face. They still would not believe it. It's not. It seems like it's slowing down in this area. It's taking it a long time to get across the sky, you all. It could be right in their face, and they will just totally ignore it. The sun has now went down below. You can see it flashing down below. It's no longer being reflected like this. It's like cool. It really is cool. I do love what I'm doing, especially when we get ships like this, you all. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Boom, that sun thought it was exciting too. That thing's bigger than the sun. It's bigger than the sun, you all. Oh my gosh. Azanda skies, yes, you gotta be asleep or dead to not see the signs in the sky. That's right. I wonder why it's hanging around in that area so much. It has yet to move. I mean, it's going. It's taking it a long time to get across the screen. Well, Gina, honey, you need to go this way. I'm sorry. I forgot the screen is bigger than that little section. It's what I'm noticing with this. It is it's maintaining certain shapes as it goes across the sky. Even though it's down here on the water, the water is being used as a gigantic mirror to mirror what's up there in the sky. It's reflecting it. Is what's happening. Okay, it's reflecting it. So let's let you see what's happened here. Let me get it up here. So we're at Waikiki. You can see the boats. You can see the, see right here beside me, like right here. You can see it right here in the sun, right here in the sky, right there, like, right there. It's so whited out you can barely see it, but it's up there in the sky. It's like, boom, right there beside me. And watch. Let's see this. They tried to cover it up, is what they tried to do. And it's right here beside me. And they can't cover it up. They're trying really hard to cover this object up in the sky. but they're not able to. I hope that's window washers on these windows here at Waikiki, moving up and down. I think it is. I don't think that we'd have. Okay, I think that's window washers. They're washing the windows. It's not some kind of thing crawling up and down the windows. Okay, it's human beings. They're washing the windows at Waikiki. So this is what we were looking at down here. If you're just tuning in, right down here. Look over here. Like even right here, there's ships underneath here that can be seen, and they're going across the sky. Look at that right there underneath me. Right down there. And that's what they're doing. They're going across the sky. Look right here. Look at that ship. Can you see that big ship right there, you all, right underneath me? Somebody say, Gina, honey, that is not a ship. I beg your pardon. That is a ship right there. Right underneath me is like a great big ship. It's like right there. See these right here? When you zoom up on them, oh, they're definitive angles. Very, yeah, they're in the sky. And they're cloaked. They really are cloaked. It's like wild. Oh, you may not have seen that. Did you see it? Did I not show you that on the screen? I think I probably didn't show you. I wanted to show you. I didn't show you all. So that's a ship. And then if we were to zoom up on these things right here, you can see how massive they are. And they do. They have straight edges on them. They're all around the sun, and the sun is in the sky is what they are. Yeah. There's just so much going on. So much. You can see them. Look at all this movement. Even right here behind me. All of these are like ships in the sky. All of this area right here. They're all around the sun. The sun is down here by my head. And then it's got so much activity occurring around it. Look at that. Super, super bright, you all. Super bright. And if I was to take a screenshot of it, to show you how bright it is, let me do this. Show you the, let's take it and put it in a filter. Is what we can do. Just bring it over here. I think I've got one of these that I can do as a filter for you. Let me put it over here. Just one. And then I'm not going to keep you much longer because it's right there in your face. It really is, unless you don't want to believe it. Then that's your prerogative. Nobody else is going to. I didn't want to show that, but there they are right there. That one wasn't the one I wanted to show. I wanted to show this one right here in the there's some contrast, but this is the grayscale negative. There they are, you all. Look, this is the grayscale negative, the magic pen, and then the inverted mode. Right here, they're all like clustered together. Let me put this back to me. You can see the movements. See, they're just moving all across the sky. Moving and shape-shifting. Changing their shape. Wonder why they change their shapes so much. Really is what I'm wondering. Let me just drag it. See, all of this is by the sun. All of this activity. And you can't see it. When the sun goes away, you can no longer see it. It just goes bye-bye. But you can certainly see all of this activity right here when the sun's at a certain angle in the sky. So much of it. They're all around the sun. And some of these do look like cube-like structures. There's like a perfect cube, especially the one like right down below over there, nearest me. And some look like long white ships also. Look at that. They're all around the sun. The sky is so white. We can't see anything. It's super, super white. It's constant. It is mesmerizing, you all. It's absolutely mesmerizing. You know how sometimes you can see the sun when it's up in the sky. As it's setting, you know, when you see it reflecting on the water, at times you can see like there's two suns. You can see like a, sometimes you see like a smaller one on top or below the other sun also. This is great. It's great to have found this reflective mirror. Nature provided it. A mirror to show us what's up in the sky around the sun, since we're not being towed. Yeah, watch the water. But don't do like Frodo and Samwise and that Gollum. Dead faces in the water. A great battle took place. They said, don't look into the water, because once you look into the water, you fall into the water and the dead get you. Yeah. And I know this sounds strange, you all. At the beginning of the video, it does sound strange that you can see the ships in the sky, but you literally can. They're being reflected. This is acting as a medium, a mirror to all the activity. Just look, it's just centered right there around that sun. Constant movement. Let's see this. The water is soothing. It's strange. Yeah, what if this was broadcast on all news channels? Breaking news. Could you imagine that? Breaking news showing this. That would be a sight to see. It really would be. People would be glued to their TVs and they would be seeing something like this. Well, I am going to go. I am. So I think we've got enough footage that if you were to watch this on the YouTube, you could slow it down. And I'm sure this is going to upload in 1080 since I've live streamed it from the computer. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. It's really fascinating. It really is absolutely fascinating to see all of it. And boom. So I'm going to go, you all. I am. Thank you, J. Jocelyn, Applebrooks Honey, and Susan B. Honey. Thank you all for your comments, you all. So we can see that there's something going on in the sky. They're in the sky. And we can see their mirrored image. We can, all around the sun, you all. So, with that being said, thank you. And hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you all. And evening and morning, whatever it is, you just keep your eyes open. And just watch, just keep your eyes open and be aware of everything that's around you. Our world could just change even more overnight. You could. You never know. Love you. Wait, did I say that yet? I'm going to say it again. I don't even think I said it. If I said it, I've already forgotten it, you all. So, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have, oh, dear goodness, a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Love you.